I just wanted to capture some little moment here as I'm getting ready to make a video, but I logged in. Look at all these characters, all these players in the original division. It's so awesome. So the game's not dead. It's never been dead. In fact, I've been in a couple different safe houses today, and every safe house I've been in has had at least 3 people. And this one has the rest. So, I just wanted to touch a little base on it, that's all. More to come. Hey everybody, I just wanted to touch base on something. This game is not dead. So I logged in today just to kind of play around a little bit. I haven't really been playing Division 2 very much, which is kind of sad because I joined a really cool clan. A very big clan, but I haven't had any desire to get in and play the game. So, but I don't know, so I'm a huge fan of Buzz Lightyear and Kamikaze Von Doom, and I usually hit on every video that they get. And so Buzz has been going back to the OG division, he calls it, which is this one. So I want to ponder something with you. What if they treated this like Guild Wars, the original Guild Wars? So you bought the base game, you played it, and then when they came out with an expansion, they just added it to that base game. They could have easily done that with this game, and I really wish they had, because there's so many things about this game that makes it better than 2. I'm not a huge fan of 2. I get extremely bored playing 2. And I know there's a lot of you can do a lot of different builds and unique stuff. And you kind of could here a little bit, but not as much. Because once you get the classifieds, that's the ultimate goal of what you were going for, was classifieds. And I kind of feel like they went in with the idea of specializations to take over the classifieds, and with the exception of the specs adding perks, the whole purpose of a specialization is meaningless because you don't even use it. You know what I mean? You can, but you don't really have to. So this is my 4th character. I haven't finished the game with this character. I have finished the game with, I've finished the game with the other 3. I think I've gathered everything, phones, files, all that stuff. This is the last one that I have to do it with. And I have about 650 hours into this game, which is surprising because I thought I had way more than that, because it felt like I had way more than that. I belong to a clan that every day there'd be a guy logging in, and he would make sure that you did your dailies. And your dailies were all right here. So you had the crafting assignment, dark zone assignment, you had all this stuff. So I've already done some of it, but you had all these things. So you had like a little checkbox of things to do. You know, each day you log in, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, which is similar to the way that 2 does it. And as you can see, I still got a lot of stuff to do with this character. This character was basically dragged through all the missions. That's all we did basically with this character. So I haven't really done the missions with them, but I was thinking about it today. So I played for a little while today, and with that, basically, I log in once a month or so to do the stockpile reserves, basically so that I can max my builds out, my optimizations. That's really all I do. And I just switched. I had the house on, but I put this on just for the fun of it, just to try it. But the fact that you could have two exotics on at once was pretty cool. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff about this game, and I thought of that. It's like what if they would have done similar to the other games where you're all right. So you're level 30. They could have easily, to me, and in hindsight, I really wish they would have done that, because they could have took this game to 30, right? So you level up to 30. You have your underground that you level up to 30, and you also have your dark zone that you level up to 30. So you have this really cool dark zone that is 10 times better than the one we currently have. You have your incursions. You have all these. You have your resistances. You have 3 of them. You have all this extra stuff that you can do. Okay, so while you have that, what happens if now all of a sudden you have DC? So now, once you finish this map and get everything, much like when you unlock the dark zone, or not the dark zone, but the underground, okay? You had to do a certain mission to unlock the underground, which I haven't. It's open. I haven't played it yet. I haven't put this character down there. I have with the other 3 characters that I have. So now all of a sudden you have the underground. Well, why not have a section down there where you can go to DC? So now the second game is now all of a sudden DC. So you got an expansion, which is DC. I think it'd be awesome, because now you've gone to DC. Now you have another game. It's the same game. All the character building that you did with your first character is now, instead of wearing winter stuff, you're in DC where it's summertime. So you throw in your summertime stuff. You know what I mean? You change your character up a little bit. You have different gear that you can unlock, different appearances that you can have when you're in DC. You know, and then you play DC. So you go from level, I don't know, 30 to 60 or 30 to 40. It doesn't really matter. That's what they did with the other game, with Warlords of New York. Right? So you go through that. You go to level 40. And then all of a sudden, Warlords of New York comes out. It's expansion. Boom. Guess what? Go 40 to 50. Pretty much do whatever. I don't even know. You know? The cool thing about this game that is missing on the new game is just the things you can find just walking around. You know, so earlier today, I was just walking around finishing some stuff up. Came across this little triangle on the ground, a blue one. Oh, what is it? Well, I'd forgotten that you find things. Sorry, my aim's a little crap. Because this game plays much different than the other one. It plays much different than the second one. It's sad. Because you had all this dedication and time that you put into your character. You get them looking the way you want. Then you get a whole new character. Why? Why couldn't you just keep the character you had? you know, or do like Guild Wars did, right? For every game you own, you get a new character slot. You can start a new character if you want. I don't know. I just think about it, you know. It's like I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I don't want to say lazy because, you know, obviously developing a whole new game is not necessary. I mean, they could have took this way out, and maybe the, you know, the second game was ambitious, but I kind of feel like they missed the point of the first game in the second game. It almost feels to me like the second game was developed by a completely different group that never even played the first one. Oh crap. Been a while. That's my theory. Right or wrong, I don't know. But I kind of feel that it's one big missed opportunity. And it doesn't really help much. Because I would love to have these characters in the thing. You know, get rid of the specializations. You could have added the raid, so that each raid could have been added. There's purple. There's so many things that they could have accomplished just by keeping it the way it is. You know, I think the graphics are just as good. In fact, I think in some ways I feel like they're better. Only because I love the snow. I love the snow better than the summer stuff. But I don't know. I honestly feel like they really missed out. And I really do. I really do love this atmosphere. The grittiness of this game compared to the new one. I mean, I'll never forget when I first went down the tunnels and saw all the body bags and all that stuff, man. That just completely was like, I don't know. It just grabbed you. You paid attention. Kind of, you know, that's how I feel. I feel like this whole grittiness, you know, and it's not that I don't. I mean, I played the second one. I don't mind it. But if I had a group, if I had a group to play with, I'd play this one. I'd still get in and play this one. I mean, the second one I pretty much played solo the whole time. I haven't really done too much group activity. I joined a bigger clan hoping that at some point I would do the raids, but just never haven't really got around to it. It's too bad I wasted that. G36, I love it. I don't know. I really think they missed out. I think they could have took this game and made expansions that would have actually in the long run would have been better than the second game that we get. I mean, there's so many. This, granted, I mean, not both games were rough. This one here was rough releasing. Doesn't look anything like the video they first, they first had with it. One thing I noticed since coming back, there's a lot more bad guys lately running around. All purple gear, but that's okay. I don't care. But I don't know. I just really feel that Massive or Ubi really feel like they missed the boat. Like this right here. This interaction. I don't care that I didn't get anything. That just put you in the game right there. You know what I mean? It made it uh, more memorable. You had interaction with a character, an NPC. I don't know. It's just and you go into here. Let's visit a safe house. I just I think that, it's like this game was so phenomenal to me. All right, so the one guy that was in here, he's gone. That's okay. But we go back to the main hub. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm hung up. It's like everybody's saying, "Oh, you can build such better, more dynamic builds but can you? I mean, yeah, I know. Once you get, like, you had the ninja bike backpack, which I have. I don't know if I have it on this character or not. Do I? No, I don't. I don't. Okay. I have it on a couple of the characters. But I don't know. There's so many things that they did wrong, and they could have easily done what I said. They could have made an expansion off in this game. I mean, you look at all the things to do in this game. You have Dark Zone, one big Dark Zone, right? You have all these missions, which are half the length of Division 2's. I mean, where was it? LeRae Barrett. I mean, running through and killing LeRae Barrett 20 times in a night just to get the Barrett chess piece. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but we used to do that. I can't get myself to play too many missions back to back in the Division 2. They're long. I don't know. There's so many things that they did wrong in the second game that they did right in the first game. And granted, it wasn't all right when they did it. It took some growing pains to get through it. But I really think that you could have easily, like right here, Warlords in New York could be right here. And you just cross over. DC, yeah, you go to DC on a train from the underground or something. I just think how much better this game would be had they have just kept going in that direction and making those expansions. I don't even care if they cost money. And in every expansion, you got 2 new characters. So instead of having 4, you could have 8. And those characters could be specific, and then you come back. Because I remember, like, Guild Wars, and that's what I keep thinking about, was Guild Wars. If you bought, so you could buy any of the games, didn't matter. They were all individual standalones. And once you got to a certain point, you could cross over from the second game back to the first game and do a whole nother story thing. They could have easily done that with this. And I think it would have been a pretty phenomenal thing, in my opinion, to be able to jump back and forth. But I don't know. There's just so many things. Like I've just been walking around grabbing the phones and doing all these little missions that I hadn't done yet. you know? And I don't know. I just it's puzzling to me how the developers for this franchise just missed a huge step. And I understand they want to build this franchise to be something like Assassin's Creed. Well, that's not going to happen. There's no way they're going to do that. They think it would have been so much better to do, like I said, just go from 0 to 30 with this with the division. I mean, really, if you look at it, Division 2 doesn't have enough content to where you could make it a little harder. World Tier 5 right off the bat, work your way up through and go 10 levels or even 30 levels. It doesn't really matter. But I don't know. That's all. That's just what I thought of today when I logged in to do my just to do my simple little optimization run. I don't think I have anything. Well, most of my stuff is fully optimized, but I don't think I have any credits either. No, I don't. I spent them all. But I don't know. There's just so many things that they did right with this game. And I honestly wish like this, upgrading each wing, people still hear the HVTs. I can remember grinding those all night, going in with friends, starting and just going right through them all each night, just hammering through them. You don't have that in 2. You can't carry more than one exotic weapon at a time. Not in this game. You can carry 3 if you want. I don't think this character has. No, not really. It doesn't have any. I gotta fill that too, actually. Yeah, I haven't finished loading these out because I love this one. Although I got that one. Oh, that's what that is. That's why I don't have that fulfilled. But anyways, that's all I really got. I just wanted to touch base on it. I love this game. I love the franchise. I'm extremely disappointed in the second game. I have been since it came out. The running around feels like you're using a controller. Your character leans, and I don't know. It's just not as. I like the stiff feeling that this game has. I love the 3 attributes that you got to put together for certain reasons and things. They missed out. They missed an opportunity to take a captive audience and keep them. And they would have been able to they would have started with a solid code base, better graphics. In my opinion, the graphics are better in 1 than they are 2. 2 seems kind of blurry all the time. But I don't know. That's just my theory on it. I have 13 days on this, dude. 3 days on that one, almost 4 days. 3 days, almost 4 days. And 1 day and 13 hours. Basically just running through the missions. But anyways, that's where I'm going to leave it. Those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you like 2 better than 1? Are there some aspects that they could have done? Because obviously they haven't really done a whole lot. They haven't done a great job of bringing awesome things from 1 and putting them into 2. They have the underground, which is phenomenal in 1, compared to the skyscraper, which is useless. The dark zones are in 3 different spots, and nobody really has any interest in going in there. Whereas over here, I was in it earlier, there was a ton of people in the Dark Zone. Keeneland College, hardly ever do anything with it. They could have took all the same, could have had all the the little things that they have in this game, where you have like reanimated and all that stuff, the global events. They could have had those continue over, so you would have had more of a selection of global events coming through. I don't know. There's so many things that they could have done, and they chose not to. And they chose to leave this game behind, which is pretty sad, because I still think this game is better than the second one. I think they tried to reinvent the wheel, and they should have just basically put some cool hubcaps on it, or some trim rings or something.